Tonight I salute him as a man truly of the people and for the people, a man with profound sense of public service, a man of probity, integrity, and above all, a man of peace. The nation is all the richer for having him working, having him as a working partner to the President of the United States, Lyndon Johnson. I started to call him President. It's just a little previous yet. You'll have a chance to do that. Mr. Vice President, I present you the commendation with a feeling of warm personal affection.
Mr. President, Mr. Hips, I'm very honored tonight to receive this Harry S. Truman Commendation Award and to receive it from this great man, this good man, this humble man, this strong man. But Mr. President, this program is upside down. It isn't Hubert Humphrey that ought to be receiving any commendation or award. And I say this with great sincerity. I should be giving the award to you rather than the other way around. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Sure. Mr. President, if anyone in this land deserves the highest commendation for dedicated service to humanity, for dedicated service to world peace, and for building the bonds of friendship between all nations, and indeed between Israel and the United States, Mr. President, it is you. And I know we all believe that. The President of the United States said, Mr. Vice President, wherever you go, let the word be told and let it be said that this nation is prepared to go any place, at any time, to talk to anybody, to negotiate without any preconditions for a just and an honorable peace. Peace is our business, not war. But the peace that we seek, as I said, is one worthy of men. Speak for this entire audience. In fact, I know I speak for millions of people in America and elsewhere when I say, may God grant you continued good health, peace, and happiness. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Harry S. Truman.
At the time we were together in Washington, we had just started a house renovation project that was of considerable interest to those of you who were attending the convention. Your advanced publicity stated that by fortunate coincidence, work on both the White House and the Capitol reconstruction projects would be underway at a time in the fall meeting. I can say to you that I never experienced a house renovation project that was as thorough and as complete. I had to move out. Remember this, when you're making plans as engineers, make no little plans, make big plans. You can always put a plan down, but I want to say to you, you have a hell of a time of raising a little plan that's not big enough to cover the situation. And I want to call your attention to the fact that you, as confidential advisors to your employer are the ones who are responsible for the plans that are made and those plans that are carried out. So do whatever you can to make those plans worthwhile. And don't forget that you are to blame if the thing goes wrong. You are very seldom get the credit if it goes right, for the simple reason that the fellow who's an employer wants to take all the credit, and most of them do. I know from experience. I've been there. Thank you a lot.
Mrs. Johnson, could you tell me what brings you to Kansas City?
Yes, I came to see once more President Truman's library. With me, the chairman of the Board of Regents of the University of Texas, Mr. W.W. Heath, and the university's consulting firm of architects, Mr. Max Brooks and Mr. Roy White. We wanted to steep ourselves in knowledge of how a presidential library comes into being and what it consists of and what makes it work, and learn as much as we could about it, because someday we'll be working on one for the Lyndon Baines Johnson Library. Had a delightful time with President and Mrs. Truman. They had so much warmth and interest, and so kind about telling us reminiscences of the days of the libraries being built.
Thank you. Don't get in between cars going around. I wouldn't want that.
Mrs. Marjorie Lewis, Mr. George.
But I have a photostat of a card I found in the accounting end in the St. Louis regional office that goes back 65 years from the grand
reception which you've given me. And I want to say to you that this thing of being postmaster is not all it's cracked up to be. Plenty of troubles, and everybody that has some kick on the government usually comes to the postmaster and gives him a merry-go-round on how it ought to be done. I've been through it a long, long time ago, and it's a lot of hard work for me to prove that I was ever postmaster of a town in Jackson County. But you confirmed it, for which I thank you very much. It's a very great pleasure for me to be with you today. I'm most happy to make a contribution for the box, which I hope will be opened 100 or 200 years from now, and that people will find out how we were getting along at that time. Every one of those documents that are placed in there is of some value for historical purposes in years to come, and it's a great thing to be able to do a trick of this kind. And I hope that this community of ours continues to grow in the same manner that it has grown all the time. You know, we've got a great big suburb on the west boundary of our city that likes to hi-hat us. But I want to say to you, at the rate this independence is growing, it's going to be a suburb in reality as well as in conversation. And that'll please me more than anything else, because I don't like that name Kansas attached to Missouri at all. I didn't have a great deal to do with getting the post office here. Everybody I talked to was for it, and so what? So you see, I don't deserve a great deal of credit, but I was glad to do what I could.
Mr. President and friends, all of us knew Eddie well, and we knew of the deep friendship, affection, admiration he had for President Truman. A relationship going back most of their lives. We also knew Eddie to be a very modest and quiet man, one who never toot his own horn. So it is that we can say with complete certainty that all of the tributes paid to Eddie Jacobson, this plaque and this building would have meant more and the most to him. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. President, will you come up and unveil?
I am very happy to, it's caught on the area. Very happy to unveil the
Just take it back, George, all right.
plaque for Eddie Jacobson. It's a pleasure indeed to me because I was very fond of Eddie. He was a friend of mine that you hardly ever run across. He was always in the right place at the right time, and he always did me the favor that I asked him to, no matter what it was. So I'm very happy to be able to do this for you this morning. I'm very satisfied to unveil the plaque to Eddie, and appreciate the fact that you asked me to do it. It's very nice that I do that. Thank you very much.
First of all, the walk was very exhilarating. It's wonderful to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to take a little stroll through downtown Kansas City, and frankly, I was amazed to see so many people out and about. The President discussed every possible thing, from the temperature out, and greeted the newsmen and joked with them, and some of the news corps said he was doing a Harry Truman stunt in Kansas City, taking a morning stroll. And a lot of well-wishers on the streets came up and talked to him, and of course the President went to see them and visited in the newsstand and with people on the corner. He really enjoyed himself.
I understand he made quite a tour.
Oh yes, this morning he dropped in unannounced for a cup of coffee, and then took a tour through the kitchen and visited with the cooks and the dishwashers and the pantry girls, visited with the waitresses, and in general we had a real fine morning.
Does the President pay his own bills when he buys a cup of coffee or a newspaper?
Well, not personally. He's usually on the run and with too many people around him, but everything is paid for that he consumes and uses.
Phil, approximately how much sleep did you have the night that LBJ stayed here?
Oh, I think about 2 hours and some odd minutes, but that's normal for these times, and we're sort of used to it.
So that while he was sleeping, you weren't. Is it a relief, in all honesty, to have him gone?
It sure is. Now maybe we'll have a little sleep this weekend, but still a great pleasure to have any president with you, and especially Mr. Johnson.
And the photographers were all there and took pictures from all over the country of it. And I just...
Bill, you're looking very happy. It must have been because you had such an important customer this morning. Tell us about it, will you?
Well, I sure did. It was the most important day of my life. I seen the President coming down the street. I met him in front of my place, and I shook hands with him. And I invited him into my place, and he and all the FBI men and the photographers and everything come into my place, and he stopped about 6 feet after he was in the place, and he decided he better get further in the place because he said it was such an attractive place for him to come in to see. He never seen such a nice bookstore in his life. And then he stopped over to my card rack, and I give him a bunch of cards of our beautiful city, and he was very happy with that. He said he's going to take the cards home to Lucy, to his daughter. And sure, he said the people in Kansas City are very hospitable, and how nice everybody's been to him. And to me, I'm just so shook up over this thing that I never thought it ever happened to me, to meet such a wonderful president and such a swell man.
Now, is this the first time that you have served President Johnson?
No, I served him twice already. When he was here to speak business with President Truman, when he was President Truman.
Did you feel that President Johnson may have remembered who you were from having met you in the past?
I think he did.
Can you recall anything that he said to you or that you said to him this morning?
He says to me when he went out, it was very nice breakfast, and thanked me for serving the breakfast.
Imagine that this morning is the first time you've ever served two presidents of the United States together.
That's correct.
And
the first time.
How was their appetite?
Was very good.
What did they have for breakfast?
They have granger melon, scrambled eggs and bacon, toast, and coffee.
And did they take seconds on anything?
Yes, sir. Eggs and bacon.
I think that free men everywhere would, if they could, be right where I am at the phone telling you what we think of him.
Well, I appreciate that, Warren. I tell you, and I hope I can deserve it. That's the main trouble, you know.
Mr. President, every day that I sit at this desk, I have it brought home to me how much this country owes you and the kind of courage you displayed at this desk and the forthright way that you faced up to these problems and firm, courageous attitude that you alerted the world to danger. And all these qualities of leadership are the legacy that you left the nation, and I might add, to the presidents that have followed you. And you not only told your countrymen, but you told the rest of the land around the world what freedom means, and you didn't lose an acre of it while you were here, and you protected it, and we're trying
Mr.
to follow in
President,
your footsteps.
Mr. President, that's authority speaking. I hope you put it in writing.
I'd be delighted to do that because every man, woman in this land is proud and grateful to God that in his wise way he's given you the opportunity to see fulfilled the wisdom of your own vision.
Well, you're very kind to me. You're very kind to me, and I highly appreciate it, I want to tell you.
Well, Ms. Johnson, I want to speak for all Americans and tell you that we wish you the best of birthdays, long years of happiness, and we send our love to Ms. Truman. And I want Averill to say a word to you because you don't have a better friend in the world.
That's very fine, and you give my best to Mrs. Johnson, will you?
Sure will. I wish I could be there with you, and you come to see us anytime you can. I'll send a plane for you.
All right, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President and your friends, I know of no man who has been more loyal to his friends. And I think you and I are lucky to be able to be here today to wish happy birthday to our president. As has been said, no one was ever faced with as many difficult decisions in the president's office as President Truman. He made them all with courage, and he made the right decision. I think if you and I would survey today each of those decisions, we wouldn't change them one bit. And the reason he made these proper decisions was that he always studied the problem thoroughly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Well, let's let him have it.
I think that people who take a hand in these things would get tired of me after a while. And I'm going to try to outlive them all so that they can't get tired of me if I can do it. And I've still got a good ways to go. It's 19 years from now till I'm 100, and it's going to take a good deal of work in order to stay alive that long. But I'm going to try to do it now.
What's on there? That looks like the world.
That's the world.
Good. And what?
It's a great pleasure and a privilege, you know, to have things happen to you as have happened to me today, my 81st birthday. I've tried to. There aren't words enough in the dictionary for me to remember to tell you just exactly how I feel. It hurts right here, and it'll continue to hurt as long as I live. thank you most sincerely from the bottom of my heart for a most pleasant day, and I appreciate the privilege of being here with you.